Okay, let me ask you something. And I want you to really sit with this. What is the vision you've been holding in your heart but doubting in your actions? You know the one, the dream you keep putting off until you feel ready, the idea that excites you and terrifies you at the same time, the version of you that you see in your mind but haven't fully stepped into. Well, I want to talk about that today and how divine timing doesn't work without personal discipline. Because no matter how aligned or spiritual or intuitive you are, at some point you're going to have to move your feet.
Hi, if you're new here, welcome. My name is Amber Stewart. I'm the owner of this new project where I help individuals maximize their living potential by simply taking emphasis on wellness.
So, when I worked as a personal trainer, I saw something happen all the time. People would come into the gym hoping to sweat it out, burn off the stress or get back on track, but they were using movement as an escape, not a solution. I mean, they had goals, real, meaningful ones, but their actions didn't match their vision. And I'm not judging because I did it too. I mean, I was chasing goals but avoiding the real work. I had the vision, but I kept waiting for the perfect time to act on it. And, I'm gonna be honest with you, the truth, divine timing isn't always about waiting. Sometimes it's about being ready when the window opens, not the door, but the window. And you can't wait for alignment and avoid action. That's like trying to build muscle without picking up a weight. Ain't gonna happen. So, how do you balance divine timing with personal discipline? Well, let's talk about it through the lens of something I see all the time, which is people trying to recover from burnout. So, most people, especially high achievers, think the way to fix burnout is to go harder. If they try reaching their body goals, this often looks like them assuming the solution is a 6-day workout plan and a tight calorie deficit, because that's what mainstream wellness culture pushes. They teach you to push more, hustle through it, sweat it out, no pain, no gain. But anyone who actually understands the body and how it functions under stress, how it heals, knows that's actually the opposite of what it's needed. When you're recovering from burnout, your body doesn't need punishment, it needs restorative structure. Discipline in that context isn't about doing the most. It's about knowing when to pull back, regulate your nervous system, and build a steady foundation. And it's the same with your vision. You don't force clarity to arrive faster. You create space for it, nurture it with intention, and take aligned steps even when you don't see the full picture. Divine timing is the soil, discipline is how you tend to it. Now, if you're getting nudges, those intuitive whispers, gut feelings, the ringing in your ear, this is spirit showing you the seed has already been planted. But whether it grows, I mean, that's up to your willingness to show up with consistent, grounded action. And people often treat discipline as punishment, but this is not true. Discipline in that case is structure that supports healing. And the same thing goes along with your life. Divine timing is the soil, discipline is the water, sun, and consistency that helps the seed grow. And if you're getting nudges, those intuitive pulls, that ringing in your ear, those recurring dreams, it's time to tend the soil. You may not see results all the way or right away, but that doesn't mean it's not working. That's just your spiritual muscle building underneath the surface. Now, if I had waited to feel ready to launch this new project or to coach people on overcoming stress, anxiety, or depression, I'd still be lifting weights in silence, pretending I didn't hear what my soul was saying. I'd be miserable and probably still depressed with anxiety. But here's something that I do know: your dream isn't waiting for you to feel confident, it's waiting for you to take committed, grounded action, even if it's imperfect. That might look like creating a simple 3-day wellness routine you actually stick to, saying no to commitments that drain your energy, booking a call, writing the first page, filming that first video. You don't have to leap the whole damn staircase. You just have to stop standing still.
So, when we know, when we have a calling that our spirit is yearning for us to do, but either mentally or subconsciously, we are afraid to do it. One thing that we tend to do is we tend to move in different areas of our life that doesn't necessarily move us forward, so to speak. And this can look like going to the gym to work out when you need to be studying or creating that business. Or it can be you worrying about petty arguments or simple relationship issues when you really need to be focusing on your health. Or you tending to other people's financial problems when you need to be tending to your own well-being and your own personal issues. And so too often we become consumed with fixing other people's issues or trying to fix other areas of our life, such as diet and exercise, instead of doing the mental work to heal our souls and to move forward. And this is oftentimes why people start workout routines, start nutrition meal plans, start those diets, and they aren't able to remain consistent. Because at the end of the day, something happens in their lives that is so big, so grandiose, that they just can't sustain whatever habits they're trying to implement. And this is why it's important to really get your mind right before you move forward with anything. And now, if you know what areas you need to work on, then it should be a lot easier. And this is why it's so important to understand how your emotions work, because your emotions are a key indicator of what your spirit or your intuition is trying to tell you about something. And oftentimes we mistaken our intuition with our ego or with our fears. And if you don't know how to differentiate the difference between all of that, I always say, like, you need to learn how to separate that voice in your head. Sometimes we got more than one voices now, okay? Some of us do. So it's important to actually question the voices in your head and to take inventory. It's like, okay, so where are these thoughts coming from? Are these thoughts true? Are they logical? Will these things really happen? And most of the time they won't. Most of the time they're overreactions or overgeneralizations or cognitive distortions that we are playing in our minds to keep us from moving forward. Okay?
So, real quick,
before I go, every Sunday I'm going to start doing the card oracle deck from Mind Info Oracles, and these are super fun. Let me get these out the way. So I am going to leave y'all with a simple little message before we go any further to help you figure out where you may be stuck and to help you move forward. All right. Cards we have for today. Do you have any messages? Come on, somebody. Come on, somebody. These are your 2 cards for today. Oh, Lord, please don't look at my nails. There you go. All right, so these are the 2 cards for today. Surrender, actually believe came first. Believe, surrender, and motherfucking bravery. Look, we cannot ignore our spirit. God damn it. Come on, somebody. Come on, somebody. I can't. All right, so first off, we have believe. This says you're being asked to fully believe in yourself and your dreams. It's time for that idea that's lived inside your heart to be brought into the world so others can benefit from it. Believe that you can bring it to life, and you will do exactly that. Next, we have surrender. You're being asked to let go of your need to control each part of your life and surrender to the universe. Control is an illusion, and it's exhausting to try to hold on to it. Let it go and allow yourself to enjoy the relief that comes from doing so. Card at the bottom of the deck is bravery. You're being asked to make a tough decision that you've been putting off because of fear, which is understandable, but you do have the strength and bravery to make this decision, and you will feel so much lighter when you do. All right, so that's all I have for you today.
Let me leave you with those two questions again. What is the vision you've been holding in your heart, but doubting in your actions? And how can you balance divine timing with personal discipline starting today? And you can use my stress alchemy framework to break this down. Step one, get your mind right. What's coming up emotionally around your vision? Drop the baggage. Where are you hesitating or self sabotaging? Build your FABS foundation. What are 1 to 2 micro actions you can commit to this week? Now, if you want to keep the reels rolling, how can you change your environment, habits, or mindset to support this new version of you? And this is how you go from wishing to change to embodying it. Now, if this video spoke to you, share it with somebody who's been waiting for the right time. And if you're ready for tools, coaching, or support to move from stuck to aligned, check out the links in the description for more on my programs and courses. And remember, you are never meant to stay stagnant. Your vision is waiting for you to show up. So let's move.
I hope this helps, and I'll talk to you later.